Hello everyone. This week we're going to be doing our assignment on creating an album cover. So first I'm going to go into Photoshop and create a new image. I've already got some of these custom sizings here already, but I'm going to actually pick this 2000 by 2000 pixel one. You could also just create a new one and type in any features you want. This 2000 by 2000 is creating a 72 resolution. I'm going to stick with this RGB color and this 8-bit because that's what's good for a JPG file, which is what we're creating. So now I'm going to hit create, and we've just got this blank canvas here. The first thing that I'm going to do is drag the photo I'll be using into here. So the first trick we'll have here is using the shift key, which will hold the aspect ratio so that the picture doesn't become wonky. So I'm going to hold that down and now drag. And I'm going to make it about this big and do it a little bit off centered. Actually, I might do it a little bit bigger. And I think I'm good with that. So now I'll hit enter. So now the next thing I'm going to do is add in a border, which I'll do by hitting image, canvas size, and then this pops up. I can also change it to be pixels again if I would like that, but I'm going to stick with inches. I think I'm going to do about 2 inches on both sides because it's a square image. This will create a pretty thin border. I actually might do 2.4, we'll say. It's not really going to make a huge difference, but a little bit. And then also make sure that this relative button is clicked. Here we can also choose the image, the color that we want. I already have this preset because I was messing around with it a little bit earlier, but I got this color specifically by using this dropper tool and drawing from this gene color. So now I'm just going to hit OK because I'm good with that color and hit OK again, and there we go. I've got my border that matches exactly to that color. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the clone tool to mess up this picture a little bit and give it a new image look, we'll say. So over here is where the clone tool is. Right now it has this X, like the cross through the circle, because it won't let me use the clone tool because this image is not yet rasterized. How we can fix this is going over here to this layer and right click, and then here's rasterize layer. Go ahead and click that, and there we go. Now you can see it's an open circle and it will let me do what I want. Also keep in mind that this project is all about layers. So right now we've got this first image here, and then this border, but this border did not create another layer, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, now I'm going to use the clone tool like I said. How we use this is we hit the Alt key to pick up what it's going to copy. So I'm going to click down on the Alt key, and it looks like this little target, and then you click down on it to choose what you wanted to copy, and there you go. Now you can see that it's cloning exactly what I wanted it to. So I'm just going to start adding in some random stuff. I'm sorry if I get a little bit quiet, it's just because I'm a little bit focused now. Where else can we draw from? We'll pick here. We'll grab her arm. Yeah, that's what I... And so yeah, I'm just gonna mess around with this a little bit. Like I said, I'm sorry if it gets a little quiet for a minute. I am just honestly messing around as I go. leave it like that, I think. Another thing I don't really like about this right now is that this is very boxy, so I think I might go ahead and shape this up a little bit. I'm going to be using the eraser tool to do this, and I can just zoom in here, and it'll delete exactly what I'm drawing over. Oops, I didn't like how that did. So if you mess up, you can just hit edit and undo. And there we go, it fixed what well, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Like I said, sorry if I'm a little bit quiet now. Let me zoom out and see what I've got here now. I definitely like that it's not as boxy as it was. Okay, I think I'm good with how this looks. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to add in another photo. I'm going to add this moon picture. Again, I'm going to use that shift key to keep the aspect ratio. And I think I'm good with that size, and hit enter. So now what I'm going to do is delete the background out of this to get rid of the black. How I'm going to do this is to use the quick selection tool. I'll hit select and mask, and I'm going to click into the black and the moon and hit OK. And then again. So now it's highlighted this, and all I got to do is hit delete. So now I got rid of that, and I'll deselect what I've gotten. Oops, deselect. So now I'm going to move this moon over. You can see that it didn't fully pick up the edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the eraser tool again to do that. There's many ways that you can delete a background from an image. I just find that this is pretty easy and quick for me, so I don't mind doing it that way. So I'm going to put that there. So now another trick I'm going to show you is to duplicate a layer. So you just right click and hit duplicate layer and hit OK. So now I've got two moons. It just copied and pasted exactly what I had copied in the first place. So now something else I'm going to show you is adding in a screenshotted image. So I already went ahead and pulled up this image I'm going to be screenshotting from Google Images. I'll click on it. Usually if you click on the image, you can find a clearer version of it. See, it's a little bit bigger here, so I'm good with that. Unless it's got ads and it's going to bump me around. So to screenshot, you just hit Control, Command, and this is on the Mac at least. I will preface this with that. This is how I do it. I hit Control, Command, and then 4. Well, I'm sorry. It's such a force of habit for me to click these keys that I didn't realize it's actually Shift, Command, and 4 all at the same time. So now I've got this little arrow and I can draw what I want to screenshot. So I'm good with that. There we go. And I'll exit out of these. And it went on to my desktop, so I'll just click and drag this in. I think I'm good with that moon size, but let me just see. Yeah, I'll stick with that. So again, I use that Shift key and enter. Well, place, okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing and get rid of that background by using the quick selection tool. Deselect. This is the mover tool that you've seen I've been using. Again, I'm going to get rid of that weird line on the background. And there we go, the mover, and this guy is coming down here. So now I'm going to add in some text. I've got lots of options for text that I could use. I think I'm going to stick with this Courier New. I can always change this later. I always do bold because I feel like with these big pixeled images, it shows up a little bit better in 72 font. So then you just click wherever you want. The name of this band is called Lunar. Yes, I did just make that up, but it's fitting. And so I've typed that out, and I'm going to use that moving tool again and put it there. So now I'm going to duplicate this like we did with that gray moon. This is going to be a very artsy album cover, let's just say that. So then I want to show you something else. Usually if you've copied a layer, you can recopy it from either one. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to duplicate it again. There we go, and I'll put this guy up here. Very interesting. And then I think the last thing that I'm going to add to this image is first let me find it, the burn tool. I'm gonna do it on this first moon. Oh, see here, this is where it pops up that I can rasterize something. There we go, and I'll just add some maybe darker spots in the moon. And I do this just by clicking wherever. Just making those spots that are already there a little bit darker. So obviously it is just burning in. Some other options with this tool are the sponge and the dodge tool. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some little check type scars, or stars, not scars, and I'm going to do this by using the brush tool. And oops, not on the moon. This is on the background. I will say this piece of art is quite random, but oops, step backwards, there we go. How to make that one a little bit bigger. Didn't like that how that one was curved. There we go. Just 2 more maybe. Alright, I think that I'm good with that. You know, with these types of things, yeah, I could just keep going forever. Lastly, I'm just going to merge all of these layers that we have here that you can see. Let me show it a little bit better. So there we go. I'm just going to click up here and hit Shift and grab all of these and merge so that it creates just one full layer because I've finished. And then I'm going to hit File and Save As. We'll say, I'm not sure why it's being funky like that. Let me try one more time. Well, it's okay. Or challenge, actually. Challenge 2. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Hit save. So let me make sure that it got there. Let's see. Oh, it saved as a PSD, which is not what I wanted. So let me try this again. Not sure why it's being weird. I apologize. There we go. I didn't change that. There we go. Whew. Challenge 2. And we want this JPEG. Yeah. Onto my desktop. Save. Okay. Now let's try that again. Here's the. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. And so I'm gonna move this trash. Sorry for any other weird things. I got a lot of work stuff on my computer. And I'm going to finish this off by finishing this screen recording and pasting these images all on the board here to turn in this assignment. Don't forget to post your video to YouTube. And yeah, so thank you. Good luck on your assignment.